Welcome to the Pitchin podcast. My name is Adam Lowry, and with me also is...
John Schenkel.
Yeah.
It's popping, guys.
We're back in our usual studio, in our groove. No guests this time. Just in my living room, chilling.
Just chilling out, man.
Yeah.
Having a good time, having a good night. We've talked about a couple things off air.
Yeah. We were chatting for a while off air.
Yeah, longer than we realized, honestly.
Yeah. We were just sitting here for like an hour fucking around with showing each other videos and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, what was one thing we were talking about? Fucking mushrooms?
Yeah.
Talking about mushrooms.
We're talking about mushrooms, psychedelics.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got a mushroom story? I got plenty.
Yeah, I mean, my first time using mushrooms, I probably had like half-eighth or something, ate that, but I only had enough for me, and I rolled a blunt.
Nice.
Yeah, I rolled a blunt before, like, right as I ate them, because
Yeah.
I knew it'd take some time or whatever, and
Yeah.
fucking rolled that shit up. My buddy came down from his place, like one of my best friends, and still best friends today. I love that shit.
Yeah.
And
Mushrooms will bring you together.
oh yeah, dude.
Yeah. An experience like that.
But at the time I had a little Honda Civic, a little hatchback. So we went outside, just hopped into the back seat of that. I had like tinted ass windows and shit. So
Yeah.
we're just blacked out in there, and fucking we were sitting there, dude. The mushrooms kicked in so fucking hard as soon as I like sat down in there, and I immediately lost the blunt.
Oh, no.
Like, yeah, dude.
Disaster.
Immediately lost it. We were like looking for a few minutes, just sitting there. And I'm like, I should probably get up a little bit. I fucking sat on it. Like, dude, it was a fat ass blunt too.
Dang.
And dude, and it actually like stayed together, but
nice.
it turned from a fatty to a flatty.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That blunt smoked so fucking hard though. Like once I finally lit it, like a half an hour later.
Get you a blunt that's shaped like a carpenter's pencil, dude.
Dude, yeah, straight up.
Yeah.
It was a carpenter's pencil, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was tight as fuck. But I started getting some visuals and shit during that trip.
Nice.
And like my buddy, his grandpa has a couple of old ass Lincolns, like pretty sweet looking Lincolns and shit. And he's got one of them parked behind the garage, kind of. And it just has like the nose of it sticking out. And all of a sudden I looked over at my buddy. I'm like, when the fuck did your grandpa get hydraulics on the Lincoln, bro? I'm like, that shit's sick.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
You mean you don't see your grandpa's Lincoln?
you don't see him hitting the switches, bro? Like, he's over there pimping right now,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
Like, what are you talking
When did your
about?
grandpa go to pimp my ride?
Dude, for real. I didn't know they came to Minnesota.
Yeah.
I thought that was Cali only.
Yeah. I never watched Pimp My Ride.
No, dude. Oh, man. It turned out to be like one of the biggest schemes.
I knew that.
Dude. I knew that shit watching it as a kid. I'm like, there's no way that they're putting this much money into some dude's random piece of shit.
Even as a kid, I was watching that. It's just like, and we're going to put like a full-size tennis court in your trunk.
Yeah.
Why?
You got a PlayStation 2 in your trunk. You
Yeah.
can't use it ever.
What do you mean you don't want a fucking hot tub in your passenger seat? Everybody's gotten that nowadays. How are you supposed to pick up bitches if you don't have a hot tub in your car?
Yeah, dude, they go shag carpeting on the roof and shit still like it was the 80s.
Yeah.
Like, what are we actually doing
Yeah.
still? The paint jobs, though, I will give them that.
Yeah.
The paint jobs were real.
That's probably the only.
Only real thing
I don't
that
think
they
they
ever
did it. I don't think they did any actual. Some people are just like, I need a.
Well, they would put all that shit in there, and then like right after they stop filming, they fucking rip all that shit back out.
Yeah.
It was so fucked up.
That is fucked up. I got a mushroom story.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
So the last time that I did mushroom, I've done them probably 4 times, and each time I've probably done, first time I did them, I did like 2 grams, and then I bumped it up to like, I probably like 4, and then the last 2 times I've done it was like 5 each time.
Yeah, dude.
And most of the time when I do mushrooms, I just get really giggly. I just like want to play video games and like interact with people.
Dude, I cannot do screens.
Really?
Like, get into a fucking wormhole and shit.
I think I think the next time I do it, I'm gonna have to just not do screens because that's what every trip that I've had on mushrooms has been. It's just like playing video games. And I think this last trip that I have, I kind of realized that because you know how you just get like a heightened acuity with like every sense. You know?
Yeah. I was gonna say we gotta talk about how we feel on mushrooms and shit too.
So
tell me about this trip.
So this last time I did them, I took them on a Monday, which is my day off. It's like my Saturday.
Well, and that's the thing about mushrooms is you gotta plan that shit out
with any psychedelic. But LSD especially because that shit lasts so long.
I still haven't done that. I really fucking
I've got a few
I want some
stories with
Lucy
that.
so bad.
I've done it 5 times.
Any fans out there can get me some Lucy.
Bruh.
It's all on the low.
Yeah. So when I was up playing games on my computer and this whole week I had this nasty burn on my hand, on my finger. So that was kind of bothering me already, but I wanted to do these mushrooms for a while, and I wasn't gonna let this little burn, ruin my vibe. But it ruined my vibe.
Yeah.
Like the whole time, my hands were getting real clammy, and I was just like, man, I can't tell if this blister on my hand is getting bigger, or like if it's just me, like my visuals. It was the visuals, obviously, but when you're all trippy out, like. You have no idea.
Do you get a ton of visuals usually?
Not on mushrooms. On acid, I do.
Yeah, I don't get a ton of visuals with shrooms.
Everything on mushrooms just kind of looks like it's just a very, like if they just, if it was like a Snapchat filter, but they just increased the hue of every color.
Yeah. Well, in nature, it makes everything a little more vibrant, dude. Yeah. I don't know if you've ever looked at grass on a nice day on mushrooms, but that is one of the best things. Like you can, they all start to make different patterns and shit. It's fucking nuts.
Each individual blade's just chilling out, doing its own thing, man.
Well, yeah, but then they start to make different patterns.
Start
to look at it and shit. It's fucking nuts. You can't see that with the naked eye otherwise. Yeah.
I gotta try that.
Only time I've ever seen that kind of shit was on mushrooms, just in nature.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's like one of those fucking pictures, like those old pictures where your eyes become blurry, but then you can like see an image in an image.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So, I was freaking out about my this blister on my hand, right? I'm playing games. And I have to get up to go to the bathroom, and I take my headphones off at my computer, and I heard this airplane flying overhead. I think it was like an air, like we live pretty close to an Air Force base, so I think it was one of their.
Yeah, kind of. They loop around this area.
Yeah, I think it was one of their jets because it was loud.
Yeah.
And I took out. So
I took probably already.
I have like noise canceling headphones. I'm not hearing jack shit until I just immediately
take them off.
And then I'm just like overwhelmed with a jet engine sound in my room. I'm just like, what the hell is going on? And I just start feeling really sick and overwhelmed and like, start kind of panicking.
The immediateness.
Yeah. And I'm the only person at my house at this time, so I like stumble out of my room to go to the bathroom, and I just like get. Just hit with all of this, and I'm like falling on the ground in my hallway. And then I eventually get to my bathroom, and I'm like, geez, I'm like sweating so hard, like I need to cool down. I'm gonna take a shower. And I took all my clothes off, and then I forgot I was gonna take a shower, and I was pacing around in my hallway, and I was just like, fuck, dude, I gotta like chill out. Like, figure out what's going on with my life right now.
You started pacing.
Yeah, I was just like, geez, what's going on? I'm just naked in my hallway.
What the fuck?
And then I take a seat on my stairs, like my upstairs, and I'm just like thinking really hard about like, okay, everything's going to be all right. I'm fine. I'm just a man in his 20s naked on his staircase right now. Everybody has these days. All I need to do is figure out how to put pants back on and just chill out. And then as I'm like processing all of this and like coming up with my plan, I hear my roommate's car door just go like just thunk. And I'm just like, oh my God. my roommate's home. He like, I just like immediately just dash into my room, put clothes on, and then he just hears me like heaving, just like heavy breathing, and he's just like, "What the hell? Is he have like a girl over? Is he having just like crazy sex upstairs right now?" And he just goes, he like calls my name, and I don't hear him because I'm like just breathing really hard in my room. And then he eventually starts walking up the stairs, and I hear him walk up the stairs, and I open my door. I'm like, "Dude, I need a hug right now." It was just like freaking out, and he's like, "Yeah, okay, I got you."
Dude, nothing like a little bit of security.
Yeah, dude.
On some shrooms.
And then I watched him eat a sandwich for about like
as long
20
as it
minutes.
took him to eat it.
Yeah.
It took him 20 minutes to eat a sandwich.
Dude, it was an enormous sandwich. I looked outside. I saw some deer. There was a family of deer outside. That was pretty cool to look at. And then we parted ways. And then I went and watched some stand-up comedy on my computer. And it was all good. I remember asking him if I, like, showing him the blister on my hand that was freaking me out. And I was like, do I need to go to the hospital for this? Call an ambulance.
Fucking blister.
Somebody call the police right now and call an ambulance. And he's just like, what are you talking about? You're fine. And I'm like, oh, really? I'm fine?
You get way too worried, dude.
That was all I needed. Yeah.
But the vibes can change so fast.
So the reason that I was like freaking out so hard is because I took the mushrooms and then I also drank some orange juice.
Yes, I always do.
Yeah. And the
that shit.
that was the first time I ever did orange juice with mushrooms, and it just crushed me.
I have to eat them with like orange juice.
Yeah.
To like wash them down.
Really?
Yeah.
It makes them super potent, dude. Cut that out. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ever tried penis envies?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking bomb.
I think I put them into a tea. That was the first time I did it.
I've never done tea. I always
It was pretty chill.
I was like eating them because eating them kicks in faster. I don't know if it lasts longer, but
I remember drinking tea, and it was my first time doing mushrooms, and I was like, I had like a crazy acid experience, and I had stopped doing psychedelics for a couple of years, and then it was my first time trying mushrooms, and I was like still a little scared, so I remember drinking this tea, and then just like meditating and doing yoga in my living room, and I started feeling it come up, and I was just like, oh, this is amazing, and then I was like feeling the rug, I was like, oh.
Where do you feel it come in first on a mushroom high?
I think my stomach.
You feel it in like the pit of your stomach, kind of like.
Or maybe sometimes like the nerve endings in your feet.
Yep. I was gonna say most of the time I feel it in my feet, like I'm starting to become part of the earth. Like I got like roots growing out, like, up my leg and shit. Shit's fucking sweet as fuck. I love that feeling.
Yeah.
I feel planted as fuck.
Do you like gardening?
Not really.
Dang.
No.
I love gardening.
Really?
Yeah.
What about it? My dad likes gardening.
Well, when I went to school, so I dropped out of school once, and that was loosely connected to an LSD incident.
Okay.
But
we'll have to talk about
we can
that.
talk about that soon. But when I went back to school after that, I was going to
I mean, this is like the psychedelic episode, so we're gonna talk about that.
When I went back to school after I dropped out the first time, I went back for like horticulture and like I wanted to get into
grow
gardening.
Weed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I wanted to start a business.
I felt that same way at one point in time.
Yeah. The thing is I got to the school, and then like my first class, I remember somebody being like he talked about like some like, you know, in-depth topic about. I came in like halfway through the semester, so they were like, you're gonna have to do a lot of catch up. And then so I came in and they were already like into some like super deep shit about like different kinds of plants, and somebody was like, this is kind of like a weed plant, right? And he was just like, yeah, but I'd prefer if you didn't like bring up weed in my class.
Yeah, I'd prefer if you like would keep off of that subject because I know why you're all here.
Yeah, so then I was just like, damn, I can't like talk to my advisor and be like, how do I like
what is the best pH balance for my marijuana plant, sir?
So I pretty much spent most of my time there watching shows in my dorm until my advisor was.
So you were doing like what I did without spending that money. Yeah.
I used their dorms as an apartment.
Hell yeah, dude. I just stayed at my mom's house.
Really?
Dude, I didn't go to college.
Damn,
It was a waste of money for me. Yeah, I just sat around and played video games, smoked weed, and sold weed.
Man,
Yeah.
I never sold weed, but
Yeah, it's fun. It's not fun.
It doesn't sound very
It's
fun.
fucking annoying.
I bet. Just having a bunch of
People
like,
hit you up.
Yeah, constantly.
It's fucking annoying.
It sucks.
So glad I don't do that.
But we love everybody who does, so.
Yeah, seriously. You guys are killing the game out there, dude. We still need that. There's no dispensaries yet, so
yeah,
keep that shit going. You know?
sure.
Probably still get from you even when there is dispensaries.
Do you have any? So have you done any other psychedelics besides mushrooms?
No, I had to like caregive like 5 of my friends in high school.
Oh, you were the trip sitter, you mean?
Yeah, I was the trip sitter, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. Like, for a certain amount of time.
until they all gang up on you because you're not having the most fun.
No, dude. No, nobody ever ganged up on me. But it was just like a funny visual image to me. Like, because I was parading around 5 teenagers that were way bigger than me. And I was just leading them around, like, to these to the Piedmont trails.
Oh, sure.
And shit. And we went hiking up like through the woods and shit there.
What did they take?
LSD.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to do it, but my one friend, he's fucking stingy fuck, and I didn't have $10, so he didn't give me a tab. Yeah, $10. $10, dude. Like, Seth, the fucking bogus ass move.
Fuck you, Seth.
I think you owe me a hit of acid.
Yeah.
Honestly. And I'm not gonna give you $10.
You would buy him a drink nowadays?
Oh, dude, I have helped him out and never asked him for fucking money.
Man.
It's only children for you.
Well, yeah. So, you play a valuable asset in their trip, though.
Yeah, I did. It was fun. I mean, I kept my one buddy Morgan from fucking losing his shit. Like, well, 'cause my buddy Seth, shout out, he brought a mango. Like, he had, like, pre-prepared and went and got a juicy fucking mango.
Hell yeah.
And it was, like, still whole.
That's probably the best mango of his life.
What?
I said that was probably the best mango of his life.
Yeah, there you go. Speaking of the mic.
My bad.
Yeah, no, but, like, when I pulled it out of the backpack and went to go cut it with the knife, my buddy Morgan started freaking the fuck out.
Oh, no.
Yeah, 'cause I had a knife in my hand, you know? And I'm like, I had to fucking talk him down. Like, I'm like, calm down, bro. I am the only one here that is sober. I'm like, you gotta remember this right now. I'm like, it's so important for you to look at me and hear what I'm saying right now.
Yeah.
We're good.
You brought him back to earth, dude.
Dude, I did. He was fucking orbiting. Dude. And my buddy Morgan, he had a fucking epiphany that trip, dude. It changed his life.
Yeah, the thing about, like, doing acid as a group is, like, when you're on acid, you have no idea how to handle somebody who is not
on acid.
No, like, who's not having a good time.
Oh, I can believe
like,
that.
if they're in their own world and you're also in your own world, it's like, I don't know how, like, I feel like
I can't get to you right now.
Yeah, it's like I feel like we're not understanding each other. It's like you're almost like,
and it just worsens the process.
Yeah, and it's like if that person tries to spend time chilling you out, it just feels like they're wasted. Like, I don't know. Like, because that's what happened to me. That was my bad acid trip. And it wasn't even me having a bad trip. It was one of my buddies. And the reason it was bad is because we didn't have someone like you.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing. It's so weird. Like, when you're a trip sitter, it's so weird to like go to the dude that's fucking not having a good time and be like, where are you?
Yeah.
Like, where are you? It's like, okay, I know where we are physically. I need to know where you are.
Yeah.
Like, tell me what you think's going on. It's such a weird thing.
Yeah. So this experience that happened, This was the first college that I was at. And me and 3 of my buddies, we decided to do it on a Saturday night. It was a very spontaneous thing. It was like, man, we have nothing to do tonight, guys. Like, we just got like late night food at the cafeteria. And I was like, we should do acid. And they're like, that's a fucking great idea, dude.
Yeah.
We don't have class tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
So
That's what I'd be thinking.
we spend like 4 hours trying to get this acid because I'm hitting up like every drug dealer I know.
The
like,
worst time, dude,
Yeah.
is trying to get it and just like you're like deciding you guys are gonna do it and then not even having it.
Yeah. I hit up like 4 different drug dealers that I knew, and I was like, "Do you even know somebody who has?" And they're like, "Let me look." And it took like 3 people just to like find. I had to hit up like a drug dealer's dealer in order to get some acid, and we finally went there. And we got like a whole strip between the 4 of us.
Holy.
So that's 10 tabs.
Yeah.
And I went in. I got him from the guy, nice gentleman with long hair. He was wearing a bathrobe. And he gave me the strip, and he just goes, "Be careful with those."
Oh fuck.
And then
fuck.
and then I was like, "Yeah, for sure." And he just goes, "All right, have a fun night, stay safe, see ya." I never hit him up again.
Never again.
Yeah,
Bye.
we fuck off and we roll
Just
back to the
into
dorm rooms.
ether.
And I look, so we're like packed in this car while we're trying to get this acid, and I look over to my buddy in the back seat. I'm sitting next to him, and he's like texting his sister, and he goes, "Yo, I'm about to do acid." And then his sister texts back, "OMG, don't die." And I was like, "Yeah, that's gonna."
Thanks. Yeah, that's not gonna fuck with my head at all.
I was like, "Yeah, that's
The
not
whole trip. What the fuck? Thanks for sending me into the darkness.
So we get back to the dorm rooms. We test the acid. It's fine. It's safe. And we each take. We have a whole strip, and we have 4 people. Let's each do
Test
2.
it.
Yeah, like you can get like a dropper kit and like see
Oh.
if it like is reactive to certain chemicals,
And
and
so
like
you gotta waste a tab for that.
or just like break off a corner of it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah. So we were like, we have 10 tabs, 4 people. Let's each take 2, and we'll have 2 left over. And that's what we did. We each took 2 tabs, and like when we first started really feeling it, we had like a plan in motion for like everything we wanted to do. Like we went out and got snacks and shit, and like
Beforehand.
yeah. And like we're gonna watch like Dragon Ball Z. We have like so many episodes we're gonna watch with like the crazy colors.
Never made it.
Yeah. So I'm sitting on the top bunk of this in this dorm room, and these 2. I'm looking at my 2 buddies. I don't want to like, yeah. And we'll say
Docs.
Yeah, docs. I'm looking at my 2 buddies who are having a fun time, and they have like the desk chairs, and they put the like where the backrest of it, and that's laying on the ground, and their feet are like up in the air, and they put those glow in the dark stars on the ceiling.
Oh hell yeah!
And then turn off the
Dude,
lights,
from the 90s,
and they're like,
yeah.
"Oh, I think you can see Orion," and I'm like, "That's the ceiling." And then I look over in the corner, and the 4th of a buddy of or the 4th guy within our group, he's just like trying to comprehend what's going on. He's like, "Holy shit, like I'm tripping really hard, guys. Like I don't know what's going on. Like what the fuck is going on? Like holy
everybody
shit."
else is already blasted.
Everybody
off.
else is already like there, and they're
Yeah.
comfortable with being there, and this guy's like not comfortable getting there.
Yeah, exactly. The journey is a rough one.
And so we're just like, let's do some fun stuff together. Like we're chilling. Like we get in this circle. We have like a log that we stole. They were cutting down a tree earlier this semester, and we stole a log from outside. And we all just like were sitting around, and we were like, look at the log. Like you feel the moss, like all that shit. Trying to like get connected to nature, but in a dorm room. And he's not having it. This guy's just not feeling it at all. And he looks into the mirror, and I look into the mirror. We all look in the mirror like, whoa, like that's crazy, all the visuals. He gets like just sent to the moon after he looks into the mirror. He's just like, who the fuck am I? What?
I don't recognize myself.
He forgot who he was.
Fucked up feeling.
He forgot who he was while he was tripping really hard. And he was just like, all he could remember is that he was tripping really, really hard. And then he was like, just fullest ego death that I've ever seen in a person. Like he
was he egotistical as a person, or
not necessarily. He was like very, I don't know. I mean, maybe a little bit. I don't know. He was like one of those guys who like Snapchats everybody, and he like will retake the picture a bunch of times because his hoodie doesn't look fresh enough.
God,
that kind of guy.
All right.
Yeah,
cool.
He was a bit of a.
I'm glad then.
Yeah.
Like
So
the ego death makes sense now.
I think he's doing really well now.
Good.
But yeah, he
shout out Docs.
Yeah, shout out Docs. We can call him Docs from now on.
Yeah.
But so Docs, he throughout this time he's like pulling out his phone and like checking his texts or whatever. And at some point he must have like pulled up his camera and hit record. So every time that he's pulling his phone out of his pocket, he's seeing that there's like an hour-long video being recorded, and he's like, "Who the fuck is recording me right now?" And we're like, "You're recording you right now. It's your phone." He's like, no, someone else in here is using my phone. Am I on a hidden camera TV show?
Just
holy shit. Wait, like, I don't know. He just thought that he was Travis Scott, and he's like, I'm like, I don't even know. Like,
we're back.
Yeah, we're back. So yeah, he thought he became Travis Scott, and we're all just like, no, dude, you're Docs. Like, just chill out. You're fine. And he's not, you know, we're not able to communicate with him, us three.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like getting sent farther and farther. And eventually he's just getting like super loud. And it's like, we took this acid at like 1 a.m.
Oh, shit.
So at this point, it's like 5 a.m. Yeah. And we're like, people are like, if they haven't
not even halfway through.
Yeah. Like we're not even halfway through. And if people in our dorm room or dorm building haven't like woken up already, they're going to soon. Yeah. So we're trying to like leave the building. We're just like, we're going to go on a walk. Like, it'll be chill. And we went, we like smoked a joint in my buddy's car. We didn't start the car. We just sat in the car. We smoked a joint in the parking lot. And then we got out and continued the walk. And I think that might have been the tipping point for him, because for us, it was like very mellow and it chilled us out. For him, it was just kind of introducing something different.
Oh, God damn it.
And that didn't need to be introduced. You know what I mean? And we're like continuing this walk, and, there's like a guy out in his front lawn, like letting his dog take a shit in the morning. You know, it's like 5 a.m. His dog was barking, and let it go take a shit or whatever. Yeah. Docs begins barking back at this dog.
Nice, dude.
And it's just like, yeah, we're just like, Jesus Christ, like, what do we do? Like, this guy's looking at us like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, you know, we're like,
he's a drunk college kid. He's drunk. Yeah,
so it's like, we had like an option to just like go show up at one of my buddy's brother's house or something like that. But we're like, it's 5 a.m. Like, we're not going to like just wake them up and just like hand him over like a guy who's tripping balls right now. So like the only place that we can go back is like where we live, the dorm buildings. So we go back to the dorm buildings. But before we get back to the dorm buildings, I'm at my peak at this point in time. The whole time I'm just like laughing, and they're like pissed off at me because they're like, you're not helping with this guy. Like, you're just laughing at everything. I'm like, I can't like fucking control myself. What do you want me to do? Yeah. I don't know. You know, we go back inside, and we're eventually like, dude, our mission was just to watch Dragon Ball Z. And we so we throw on Dragon Ball Z, and they're like, the two buddies besides Docs are like really getting into it. They're like, yes, this is like what us two wanted to do the whole time. And I'm still kind of worried about Docs, and they're just not having it at this point. They're like, you know what, dude? Like, if you want to like go do your thing, like go do your thing. You're a big boy. And they let him run away in the dorm building on his own.
Damn.
Yeah. And that's where we fucked up.
What happened to Docs, dude?
Well,
where'd Docs go?
While we're watching Dragon Ball, I feel a weird sensation in my pants, and I think that I shit myself. And I tell them, I'm like, yo, guys, I think I just shit myself. And they're like, if you think you shit yourself, you probably shit yourself. And
That's never a good feeling.
I go to the bathroom, and I'm like, wait, those are my testicles. That feels really weird. Like, I just like noticed that I could feel my testicles.
What are these things dangling?
I was like, what is this?
And then I was just like, I feel gravitational pull from between my legs.
I was like, oh, we're all good. It wasn't shit. And then while I'm in the bathroom on the toilet, I hear this metal banging from the floor below me and screaming. And I go back to the room, and I'm like, yo, guys, I think you hear that like banging noise? I think Docs is like going crazy downstairs. And they're like, no, it's probably not him.
Yeah, who the fuck else? What is it gonna be, dude?
And then I'm like, there's no way it's not him. And then
It's gotta be him.
we hear this loud scream at some point, just yeah. And then I'm like, guys, and they're like, it might be him.
It's definitely him. All right.
And so I start packing up my shit because I'm in a friend's dorm room. I start packing up all my shit, you know, and like I remember distinctly having my shoes in my arms, not on my feet. And I open up the door to the dorm room, and there's 2 RAs, the residential advisors,
Okay.
who are hired to like watch over the building and like make sure no shit's happening. They're sprinting down the hallway, and they see me open this door, and they're like, "Just stay in the room, guys. Nothing's going. Like, it'll be all right. Just stay in your room. We're taking care of it."
They fucking tackle him.
So what ended up happening is the RAs got there first. And they had no idea what was going on.
Never good.
No idea what was going on. He was banging his head into the wall he later told me that the reason he was banging his head in the wall is because he thought there was a family in there and he was trying to save their life, which is the level that he was on.
Yeah, no shit. Superhero mode.
Yeah. He wanted to
Fucking dude is vigilante saving families right now.
They're trying to stop him from like beating his head into a wall.
You're concussed right now, docs.
They call the campus security. Security gets there, they're like, I've never seen anything like this in my life. They call the police.
At a college? You've never seen anything like this? Are you sure?
They call the police. The police get there and they're like, he's obviously on something. So they call the paramedics. Paramedics show up on the scene and they like cuff him down to like a gurney.
Yeah, strap him to the gurney.
They strap him to a gurney, and he starts spitting at them.
Oh fuck! Did they put a spit guard on him? Fuck yeah, dude! Hell
and
yeah!
He's
just a muzzled dog.
He's like wheeled up like at this point, the entire dorm building is awake. They know what's going. Like they're looking out their windows, seeing this all happen. Like while they're wheeling him into an ambulance, and we're just like in our now we're like scurrying away back into our rooms like. Acting like nothing happened, but we're just still like on the calm down, or just like high as a kite, you know.
Just dude looks like Buscemi and Con Air.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So I had to go to work still.
Hell yes.
At noon that day, and I was still like riding the waves while I was at work. Like I felt like I was a foot taller.
I thought you guys had the next day off.
Well, at school, no classes.
Of school? I still had to work.
Yeah, I had to work. So I went to work. I was chilling at work. It was like a 4-hour shift, like doing cashier work at a grocery store. Yeah. So I was like, fuck it. So I get back to...
The lanes just swapping constantly.
I could do that shit in my sleep. So get back to the campus after my shift. And I look at my school email, and there's an email out, "Dear residents of," and it's just our building.
Yeah, the dorm building.
If you have any information pertaining to the shenanigans,
please notify.
Yeah, let us know. And we just keep our mouth shut.
Of course,
we don't say anything.
Yeah, no.
And we eventually get called into this. We get called into the office by the dean. And they just lay a manila folder on the desk, and we open it up, and it's just us 3 carrying my buddy out on the dorm building security cameras.
Yeah.
When we were carrying him out to go on a walk.
Oh god!
And they're like, we know you guys were with him, and they're like, well, we went out to talk.
I don't know what he was doing, but he was acting crazy. We were just trying to help, man. I'm just being a good guy.
I shit you not. Our literal defense. We planned this defense together.
Yes, dude.
Our literal defense was
Al.
We went to Taco Bell that night. And after we got the food, he was acting weird.
It was a Taco Bell and Cantina, okay? He got shots.
Yeah. We brought a receipt with us from Taco. We were like, you can clearly see, like 9 o'clock, we went to Taco Bell. And they're like, the footage is from 2 a.m, guys. And we're just like I said,
I don't know what to tell you, man.
We don't know what's going on.
Fourth meal is fourth meal, all right?
And they're like, essentially, they're like, yeah, like... They expelled him, and then they said, you guys aren't admitting guilt to it.
They can't get you.
Yeah, so we can't get you. But they were like, we're gonna tell the cops to keep an eye on you. and also we think you shouldn't come back here next year. So I was like, that's basically,
That's bullshit.
expulsion.
Yeah. But that's pretty
even-
bullshit that they're like, and we'd like it if you didn't apply here.
And then the end of the year,
next
COVID
or
happened. So I was just like, fuck it. I'm not doing school anymore anyways.
Yeah.
So fuck it.
COVID, that was fun.
Yeah.
Did you work during that?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Quite
Whole
a bit.
time, dude.
Full time?
Whole time.
Or the whole time?
Whole time, full time, dude.
Hell yeah.
Shit sucked.
What
Everybody
kind of,
else was getting paid more than me for not even working. It was awesome. Still, I was working at the gas station at that time. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say you weren't doing
No.
car stuff at the time.
No, it was before I moved to Duluth again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was in Virginia at the time. Actually, I had a fucking house and a garage and shit. Shit was nice, but shitty town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've driven through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a short drive through. It's like,
Yeah.
you could miss it if you blinked.
There was a girl that I was talking to for a while who lived somewhere out, not in Virginia. I forgot where.
Mountain Iron, Hibbing,
No.
Buell, fucking Gilbert,
Eveleth.
Bowabic, Eveleth. Yeah,
Eveleth.
Methelith, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
She was from
Methelith.
Eveleth, which is a
Methelith,
town of
dude.
like. I'm not gonna. We're dropping a lot of like very local shit on this
Yeah.
on this podcast.
Yeah.
I don't. So it's a town. For those who don't know, it's a town of like 3,000 people.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're all like 50% of them are on meth, and then the other 50% of them are at their favorite dive bar playing darts.
Yep.
That's
Yep. That's it.
That's
yeah.
it. That's also
that's
fit-
that town.
That's also the majority of the Midwest.
They
So it's
have a
not-
tattoo shop, a gas station, a Subway.
Yeah, and 2 dive bars.
Yeah, no, they got a lot of
Really?
bars. Yeah, they got.
Yeah.
It's a fucking alcoholics area,
Yeah.
dude. It's the Iron Range.
I didn't know that. So I matched with this girl on a dating app, and she's
yeah.
immediately like super pumped about me.
I bet,
And I'm
because
like-
you're from the city, dude.
And I was like,
You're a city boy.
I was like, oh, she's like really coming on strong. She's like DTF or whatever. Like,
yeah, because they
rad.
all are there, dude.
Yeah. So she's like, what's your phone number? We can just text. And I'm like, okay. And she calls me. She said she was going to text me, and she calls me right away.
Fucking.
And she's like, hey, like, you should come pick me up at my house. We should go to the bar and like hang out. Like, let's do something spontaneous. And I'm intrigued. And I'm like, okay.
Adam's intrigued, and I have utter disgust on my face right now. Like,
And I haven't even like, I figured that I didn't know how far away she was. I didn't look into it that much.
yeah, it's an hour away.
It's
dude.
a fucking hour away.
Yeah, it's an
And I was-
hour drive,
She was like,
dude.
just do it. Like,
Just one way.
on the phone, she's like, just say yes. Like, it's fine. Like, do it.
Just say yes.
And I'm like, okay, fine. And then I look it up, and I'm like, fuck.
I don't get paid for a couple weeks. Sorry.
Yeah. But I already agreed. So I go
Yeah.
out, and I pick her up at her apartment. Fucking monster drive.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Dude, I make a bigger drive than that all the time.
I pick her up at her apartment, and then we go to her favorite local bar, and she's like, let's play darts. And it was St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, nice.
So
yeah.
that's why she was like, let's go to a bar.
Of course.
Because
yeah.
it's St. Patrick's Day, and we can get like free shots or whatever.
And that's the only thing to do
yeah,
up there.
pretty much.
Seriously.
So
man.
she was, I guess, friends with the bartender, and like the bartender kept like pouring these green
Yeah.
like Patty's Day shots, you know?
Yeah, they
And
got
she
dye
was
and
just like, you
everything.
gotta pour me another one. That was so good. And she's like, okay, but you better pay for it this time. And she's like, yeah, right. And like not paying for it.
Just a fucking swindler.
And yeah, and she, at that point, she had already hammered like 7 beers.
Jesus.
And I'm on
fuck,
drink like
dude.
2. And I'm just like, you want to play like a third game of darts or no? And she's already just like fucked up. And I'm just like, geez, I have to drive this mess home.
Oh my God, dude.
And she's like hitting on like old dudes at the bar. And I'm just like, this is terrible.
I already knew this shit was gonna happen. I didn't even know your story yet, dude.
Yeah.
And dude, that's why.
And I'm like, can I drive you? Like, I'm going to drive you back to your place. And then she's like, yeah, whatever. Like, we'll go to your place. She brings the beer with her, and she walks into another bar, and she's like, hey, like, do you guys have any of those, like, St. Patty's Day? Like, she's talking about, like, the bead necklaces. She's
Jesus
like, do you
Christ.
have any beads? And they're like, what are you talking about?
This isn't Mardi Gras, motherfucker.
She just
like,
walks into the bar and goes, where are the beads? And they're like, leave. Mind you, the bar that we walked into was way more poppin'.
Yeah.
And the one that we went to had like 4 people in it.
Oh,
it's like, why did we go to this bar? This one sucks. All they have is fucking darts. At least the other place had a pool table.
That's most of the bars up there, though. I mean, most people have just their local watering hole that they go to up there. And that's why there's like those local 4 in that one bar. And then they'll have like a bunch at the Flame.
Yeah.
And shit. There'll be a bunch of people at the Flame. And dude, so many bars up there serve to underage people. Yeah. Dude, it's so fucked up, bro.
I think I distinctly remember this girl being like, we can't go to that bar because they took my fake when I was younger. And I was
dude,
like, okay.
Dude, I know that area way too well.
She did bring up several, like, I think she said she was like telling me stories, and she was like, I'm a mess. Like, telling me that she's a mess. And I'm like,
you are a fucking
I know.
wreck.
She's like, I'm a mess. Like, I've been kicked out of this bar and this bar and this bar. And I'm like, let's get out of this one. I'm going to go home now. So I drive her.
Like, I should have never fucking went. What the fuck am I doing
I drive her back to her apartment. She spills her beer in my car and also smokes a cigarette in my car without asking.
You ask. You fucking ask.
And I was like, I don't mind. But, like, I wasn't, I was trying to keep, it's snowy outside in fucking...
Bro, I've had people...
rural North Minnesota.
Yeah, and it gets way worse up there, too, than here most times.
Especially because they're too drunk to fucking plow the road.
Oh, dude, it's in... You don't know the half of the fucking area, dude. Oh, Virginia, like, because that's where...
Yeah.
Evelyn and Virginia, they're all right fucking next to each other. But that area, they just... do not take care of, like, plowing their shit. Yeah. I'll have a fine drive all the way up there because I got to drive past that shit to go get my kids and stuff. So I fucking drive all the way up there, and the roads are usually, like, even in the winter, they're fine all the way up there until I hit, right before Evelyn. Yeah. And it just becomes shit all the way through Evelyn, Virginia, and then a little past Virginia, and then it becomes fine again. It's that city. They don't give a fuck about shit.
Yeah, their standards of living are just so through the floor.
Oh, dude, you can rent a full house there for under $600.
Yeah, she was. Yeah,
it's fucked up.
Yeah,
and here it's like, if you want to rent a house, you better have some serious money.
Yeah,
but then at that point, you could just buy a house
or roommates. I got 3 roommates for this house.
Still, though, I mean, yeah, exactly, and it's 5, whatever. So it's a couple grand a month. Yeah. It's insane. Dude.
It's pretty nuts.
That's nuts.
Yeah. So, and at the end of this date, not to keep bringing this up.
Yeah, bring it up.
But I drop her off at her apartment, and I'm like, bye. I have to like walk her. I have to remember what apartment is hers, like when I picked her up, because she's just
not one of those photographic drivers or whatever. Like, kind of just go there once and kind of remember the way there a little bit.
Well, she like gave me like her address, like texted me her address, so I have to like pull that up and then like be like, which apartment number is yours? And she's like, I don't know, and I'm like,
I don't know. Well, find it.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to find it. I walk her up
I'd kick her out of my fucking vehicle.
I should have.
Because I would have left her at the fucking bar.
She was in really rough shape. She was like nodding off in my car.
Yeah,
like,
I would have fucking left her at the bar. It's her responsibility to take care of herself.
I didn't want to be rude.
Yeah, but god damn it, dude. When she was being rude the whole fucking time to you, dude.
Yeah. I realized after this date that I tolerate way too much, and I need to put my foot down.
For real.
So that's why.
I used to be the same way, dude.
But I get her to her apartment, her door. She opens the door and immediately throws up on the floor.
Oh, God.
And I'm just like,
you didn't bring her to your house.
I'm just like stunned. I didn't deal with it.
Well, no shit, dude. You're not gonna go hold that woman's hair.
Okay.
What the fuck?
She left me a voicemail crying the next day.
Oh my!
She was like, "I just like don't know why. Like what did I do wrong? Like, is it
everything?
Me?
I don't know.
Is it me?
Yeah,
and
it's you. It's you.
Yeah.
Whatever your name is, it was you.
Yeah.
And it probably will be you.
I remember bringing my chessboard over and being like, "We can learn how to play chess together." And then we
not having it.
We ended up going to the bar, and I was like, "You can keep the chessboard."
Oh no! You lost a chessboard.
It was nice.
She probably used it for like a wood fire, bro.
Yeah, she did. She
burned that for heat in the winter, bro.
We got through like 2 moves, and she couldn't understand how the pawns worked, and I was like, "We're done. I'm not."
Yeah, no.
You told me this was gonna be a chess date, and now we're going to a bar.
She was agreeing with anything you would have said to get you up there, man. That's
yeah.
I've seen it happen to my buddy, dude. I had to go save his ass. Like
Really?
when I was telling you about that, when I bought that Pontiac, I had to go get my buddy from Eveleth because he drove up there, or he got a ride up there to go see his girlfriend at the time. She lived in Eveleth, and like the same kind of thing happened, kind of like, but she was just fucking around with like a bunch of dudes, and he was like stuck up there at her place while she wasn't even there. Like she like left to go to some other dude's house.
Fuck
like
that.
What the fuck? Yeah, he called me. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna come get you right fucking now. Like, fuck this bitch. Like,
what the fuck,
dude? Fucking women are crazy sometimes.
That is
dude.
crazy.
I mean, guys can be too, but
yeah.
Fuck, dude. Like when you're,
I feel like when girls cheat,
when you can
they're
pull
making it
anything,
very obvious.
yeah. I mean, you can ignore signs if you're in a relationship,
I guess, yeah.
but like that happens all the fucking time.
The last
guys will ignore the signs because they either love them or care for them or just don't want to see it.
Yeah.
So
the last relationship, like real relationship, it was only like 2 months long, and she sent me like a Snapchat one morning, and she was just crying.
Oh god.
And the night before, she was like, so I fell asleep early that night because I think it was like exams, and I was just beat, and she wasn't in school, and she like sent me a text, and she was like a snap that night, and she was playing Uno with her ex, and I was
fuck.
And then the next day, and then the next snap, which was from that morning, like 7 hours later, it's just her crying. And I'm just like, I can put 2 and 2 together. No, this is done.
Yeah, he pulled out his Uno that night.
Yeah. She's like, no, I swear it's just Uno. It's just an Uno night.
I'm sure.
Sure. Just this Uno time, I swear.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, dude.
What are we at?
We're at 50.
50?
We're at 50.
Already? I feel like I've been talking
that long.
I've been talking a lot.
Yeah, you had a big story, though.
I've had 2 big stories.
2 big stories.
2 big stories.
Yeah, you did.
The LSD story and the shitty date story.
Yeah, shitty dates, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What's the last date you were on?
Last date I was on?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to talk about it. I might dox someone we know.
Oh.
But I can talk about, like, date before that.
Sure.
Like, my last relationship, in quotations, I guess.
Sure.
Lasted a few months. I ended it. Just wasn't healthy. But, yeah, no, I mean, the first date went fine. We met up at, like, kind of by Pizza Luce.
Yeah.
And, went on a walk up to, like, out onto the boardwalk and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just chatting and looking out at the lake and shit like that. Having
Dude, that's
a conversation.
the best.
Yeah, dude, that's what I figured. I was like, well, if I'm gonna go out on a date, like, I want to be personable and like get to know the person, have them get to know me, not just fucking watch a fucking movie or something like that shit where you don't get to know the person.
You're not throwing something in front of the both of you that, like, you're not adding in another element of
Yeah,
distraction. You're just like,
exactly.
let's just go on a walk.
Yeah,
Get some food.
Yeah, exactly. Then that's what we did. We went and walked, and then we went over to Pizza Luce, and that night there was like live music or whatever.
Hell
There
yeah.
was like it was actually during the grassroots or whatever the fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Gavin does that shit.
Oh shit, I know.
Yeah,
what
the fuck is it
about.
called? God damn it. But yeah, anybody in this area knows what it's called. But yeah, they were doing that, and they had some bands playing at Pizza Luce for that. What is it?
Homegrown.
Homegrown festival. That's what it is. Homegrown. But yeah, we walked in there, and fucking bouncer was like, "You here for music?" I'm like, "I'm just here for pizza." And like, and we walk in, and there's like a fucking screamo band on.
What?
Dude. Yeah, dude. I was like, "What?" I'm like, "Not the vibes I was expecting tonight." Like, so we went in. They weren't like doing full pizzas that night, so they just had like slices and stuff available, which was cool.
I like a pizza shop that does by the slice.
Yeah, dude. You can. And they got different custom ones in there. Every day it changes. You can go in there, and their slices are cheap as shit too, and they're big as hell.
Yeah.
Like they're, I think like $2, $2 or $3 for a slice.
Yeah, that's
and it's
not
a
bad.
big slice, and it's all homemade food. It's good stuff.
I used to live by a pizza shop that did like mac and cheese pizzas. You
Really?
like mac and cheese pizza?
I've seen it on a Lots of Matza,
Yeah.
but I've never eaten that Lots of Matza.
So I like to get the mac and cheese pizza, and I also like to get marinara sauce. And then it's like you have a deconstructed piece of pizza with no sauce on it. It's just a cheese pizza, and then you can.
Dude, you gotta have sauce, man.
That's why you get the sauce. You dip it in there.
You gotta get the extra sauce though. That's
Fair enough. You know?
that's just not part of the pizza then.
Well, the place that I would go, they did by the slice, so I'd get a mac and cheese slice.
Right, and
then
have
I
them
would
get
like,
a cup of marinara.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever,
yeah. And then I would get another slice too.
yeah.
What are we doing?
What?
One slice of pizza?
Seriously, I can't just eat one slice. I'm not Chuck Norris, okay? I can't just eat one chip.
I actually didn't. One of the guys in my acid story was one of those guys who was like, "Let me try one of those chips."
Just
And then-
one?
Just one. And
Really?
Then he was just like, "I'm good. I
Really?
got the flavor that I wanted."
That's nuts,
And I was
dude.
like, "You just want the aftertaste of chip now? You don't
He's
want another
winning.
chip?"
That guy's winning
Yeah.
in life. Yeah. If he can just try one chip.
He was also the kind of
That's-
guy to be like, "Yo, look at this nude that I'm about to send this chick," and be like, "You're too casual about that."
He's still winning, right? Because he can send a nude to a chick.
Why are you
Like,
posing with a guitar? What?
dude? Because it makes my dick look bigger, bro.
You gotta
See how
have
thin these strings are?
You need to have something for reference. Yeah. That funny
It's
enough.
his little prick. I mean,
That
pick,
same
I mean.
guy?
No.
That same guy, he was also he had like so many concussions from when he was younger.
He probably played football.
Yeah, he played
Yeah,
football.
Yeah, definitely.
He had so many concussions. He's like, if I get another concussion, like I'm done.
He's dead.
And so he's like, yeah.
fucking-
He's like,
gonna be
yeah. So
brain
I
dead.
can't do any sports now, not even like non-contact sports, but like I can lift. So he was just kind of a meathead. But
fucking sounds like it.
oh shit. Oh yeah. He had a terrible memory. He had a terrible.
Oh yeah,
memory
like you did just there.
just like I do. He had a terrible
got a
memory
bad
because
one,
of
too.
all of his. For one, he was a massive stoner, and also because of the concussions. So both of those, not a good combination.
Yes.
He went out.
Recipe.
He
for
went out on like
disaster.
spring break, and he went partying in like Hawaii or something like that. His family had a
Nice.
house in Hawaii,
That's nice.
and he got a tattoo while he was blacked out, and
Oh, no.
he got a unicorn on his ass.
Hell yes, dude.
And he came back and he showed us.
Dude, I bet you every chick loves that tattoo though. I
It's
bet you.
I probably. He doesn't. The thing is, he literally doesn't even remember it. We would be like, dude, you have a unicorn on your ass, and he's like, really? And we'd like be like, pull down your pants and look at your ass right now, and he would see it, and he'd be like, when did that get there?
Do you think to
Like,
this day he like, whenever he sees a full body mirror somehow looking backwards, he's like, takes a double take, like, what the, God damn it, dude. Like,
I-
or every time he's like in the bedroom with a chick getting ready to pound town it, and just she sees a unicorn on his ass.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's the best, man. You gotta have a funny hidden tattoo like that, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's the move.
I wanted to dedicate a leg to funny tattoos.
That would be a good idea, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, just start at the top, because then when you
Yeah.
wear shorts, it disappears or whatever. But
Yeah. Get your shittiest tattoos up by your
upper
leg.
Yeah, yeah.
It's always gonna be covered.
Yeah. Put the worst ones on your cock.
Yeah.
Like Kyle Barber.
I knew a guy who had a Four Locos tattoo on his calf.
Oh my god, dude. He better get free Four Locos for life. For life.
So you know how Snapchat they will like add people from your contacts? Or do you know?
Oh yeah. I get those and I'm like, this is a guy's phone number and it shows up as a chick's face. I'm like, this ain't even that person anymore.
They started doing like a suggested story from like those people. Like they have like a public story from people you don't even have added.
That's fucked up.
And one of them was this
I don't
guy.
want anybody looking at my stories, dude. Like,
one of the guys who I saw on there was the guy with the Four Locos tattoo, and it just said 2 years 4 months sober, and it was just a black screen. And I was like, that's
sad.
That sucks.
That's
Poor
a sad
guy.
post, dude.
That guy hooked me
You
up.
know he's getting like 7 likes.
He was also the kind of drunk to he when I was 16, he was like 23 buying me just Phillips vodka,
hell
being
yeah.
like, this is the good stuff.
Oh, it's not.
And I'm
It's
like,
rubbing
what?
alcohol, son.
Like, I'm 16 and I know better than that. He's
No,
like,
he
this
was-
is what you
He
want.
was pocketing the cash.
The more you hate it, the more fucked up you're gonna get.
Nice.
So,
You sound like that
Yeah, when he was fucked up,
when he was fucked up.
which was most of the time. He would clock into Cub Foods just fucked up.
Oh,
dude.
hell yes.
Stocking those shelves just trashed.
It's the only way to stock shelves, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta be fucked up out of your mind on one substance or another, because I have done that. Have you ever faced a fucking store?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is fucking terrible. It is dreadful. It's the worst thing. Just, especially deep facing. Dude, if I just regular face it, dude, fuck it. I'll pull one to the front.
One to the front.
Dude, you gotta deep face a motherfucker? You're taking like a couple hours in an aisle, bro. That's fucking sucks. You gotta be fucked up on something for that shit.
Yeah.
That'll actually that's why my drug was weed.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I fucking focus in when I'm smoking.
I would like
dude.
when I was working deli at the
At-
Cub Foods.
Yeah.
I would open up the deli and I would usually rip a dab like at 5 a.m. when
Hell
I wake
yeah,
up.
dude.
And then I would go and I
always
would be
wake and
slicing the meats, just only one there in the store, slicing the deli meats on a big ass slicer, just
You ever have an incident with the slicer?
No, not with the
Cool,
slicer.
cool.
I fuck up my hands quite a bit. I actually got a gnarly burn today. Check this out.
Let's see this thing. Oh yeah,
right
dude.
there.
Yeah. Did it catch you there at
No,
all? Or
that
is
one's like-
just a
That one's
narc?
literally like this one's old.
It's just a scar from an old
Yeah, it's a
burn.
scar from an
Hell
old
yeah,
one.
dude.
It
You
was
did the
pro-
same thing, just a little lower.
Yeah. It's a little higher up.
Oh, dude. Speaking of burns, man. Like, what's the worst blister you ever got? Like from a burn?
Probably the one that I talked about earlier on the pod.
Just the one on your finger?
Here, I can pull up a picture.
All right, but
And
I'll tell you about mine while you're pulling that up. It's in between two different burns. Was like my first burn, or worst burn. That's nothing though, dude.
it was just such a weird spot. 'Cause
Yeah,
I know.
it's right. Okay, so for the
Trying
for
to use
the
a
listener,
mouse with a blister that's covering up
for
half
the-
of your finger.
For the listener, the blister on his finger, it was on his middle finger, and it was on the middle knuckle space in between the very tip and the base knuckle of your finger. And it was like a slash diagonally kind of right across the
Yeah.
middle of it.
I pushed a cast iron.
Oh,
and it was
yeah.
hot. I pushed the
Yep.
handle of a cast iron that was ripping. really
Yep.
hot.
That fucking makes sense.
I didn't use a towel. I was a dumbass.
I don't know which burn was worse, but the first burn, the first bad burn was I was young. I was like really young, probably like 7 or 8, and I was running like downstairs through our house and like to the kitchen, and at the same time, my sister, like we used to, you know those trays you see for like bringing breakfast in bed to somebody.
Yeah.
She was carrying one of those with like boiling hot water for tea on it.
No.
Yeah, and we fucking collided, and it all went like onto my chest, like my whole upper chest and shit. I had to like aloe that shit for 2 weeks.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was fucking bad, but none of them like, it didn't like, none of them like bulbed up like big blisters.
The thing about, boiling hot water is it's like, it can't get any hotter than boiling.
Yeah.
So
yeah, oil's way different.
Oil is a lot different. Here, I'll show you.
That was my second bad burn.
Yeah,
was
tell me this one.
That one. I have a picture of it probably on an old phone I'll have to find. Yeah, see, yeah, that's nothing like boiled up or anything.
No.
But like that's
scar.
how mine was on my chest, was like that. And but no, I was cleaning when I was working at McDonald's for maintenance. First thing I'd do in the morning when I got there, I'd like take care of like a little bit of the garbages, and then I would go right in for the fryers to change and clean them out and change the oil and stuff like that.
Yeah. Dude, fryers are actually really sketchy.
Dude, they're fucking sketch, dude.
Super sketchy.
Yeah. And so there's a process of like how you drain it, and you got to get the bucket, like the
bucket,
metal.
put the filter in it.
It's a whole process of fucking filter. The shit you don't know about McDonald's would scare the fuck out of you. All right, but yeah, I was cleaning this out, and so the way their fryers work, like, the top level of the oil has all this nasty crust on it and shit on the walls of the fryer.
Yeah. All
built up from like the whole day of being hot and cooking garbage. And you gotta like, before you drain all the hot oil out, you gotta scoop up some of the oil and like put it in a pitcher and kind of like put it off to the side, to be able to after you like scrub that shit, to wash it down so you have a fully clean thing. And I was doing that, and I had the cup of fucking oil like in between a couple of the vats or whatever. And you know the lanes in those fast food, you ever work fast food? The lanes are not wide. Yeah. You know, and there's usually fat fucking people working there. Yeah. And I'm not a fat dude, so like I try to make myself as skinny as possible, and it's pretty fucking skinny if you ask me. Yeah. And I was cleaning this out, I was like scraping it out, and somebody fucking knocked me and knocked the fucking oil in all over. It literally dumped all over my fucking hand. The whole top side of my hand became a goddamn blister.
Jesus
dude.
Christ,
like
dude.
It bulbed up like an inch off of my fucking skin.
Dude.
It was gnarly, dude. I was working 2 jobs at the time, so I had to fucking miss work from my other job because of that shit. It sucked. Were you able to put bad, dude? I got workman's comp.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
it.
Did you get workman's comp?
Yeah, but that's only fucking like 70 or 75% of your fucking pay.
Yeah,
you know,
it's at least something though.
Yeah, it is something, but it fucking sucked. I tried to play as much Fortnite as I could. Like even with that, I'd kind of just like hold the controller like with the side of my hand just to keep it in between my hands.
Push certain buttons. You're just like
you're kind of just like fucking.
My fingers don't work. They're too puffy.
Yeah, like, and luckily it was the left hand, so you didn't have to like. That's just your movement hand, really. In Fortnite at the time, I was playing that heavy.
Yeah. So I don't get many burns. I have a lot of burn scars on my arms.
Yeah.
But I cut up my fingers a lot more. And cause
you fuck with knives all day.
Yeah, and also mandolins. Mandolins are
mandolin.
Yeah,
like the fucking instrument.
No, it's spelled the same way, but it's
Goddamn
essentially
English
just
language.
like those washboards that people would use back in the day to like clean their clothes and
Yeah,
creeks.
yeah.
Imagine one of those, but it's flat, and then halfway through there's just a blade.
So it's like a big cheese grater.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know how some of those cheese graters in the middle, they got just the big blade right in the middle, and then on either side they have different size, like bigger and smaller holes for shredding.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like that.
So it's one of those, but you can adjust how thin it goes.
Oh.
So one day while I was at work, I was pretty new, and this is the first restaurant job that I've ever worked.
Hell yeah.
And it's like top-notch restaurant.
Really?
It's pretty, yeah.
Damn, you got in top-notch right at the early
Yeah, I
days,
got
huh?
really lucky.
Yeah, you did.
My chef likes to take chances on new people and like teach them
Is that the place you're still at?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, we had ratatouille on the menu at the time. And so the way that we did the ratatouille was we would do like 4 mandolin slices.
Shout out Pat and Oswald.
What?
Pat
fucking
yeah,
Remy.
ratatouille,
Fucking,
ratatouille, yeah.
Oh my God. I can't, yeah, we did it differently than that. So what you're thinking is not exactly the way that we did it.
Okay.
It was like a long strip, but just like a thin strip of eggplant and zucchini. And then, so I was making those strips with the mandolin, and it was literally the end of my day. Like, I went in at 9:00. Shift change was at 4:00. That's when the night crew comes in and they take over, because there's like a lull in the business. Who goes out for lunch at 4? Who goes out for dinner at 4?
Yeah, nobody.
So that's when
nobody.
That like 3 to 4 o'clock is when everybody's like cleaning up and getting ready to like change over who's cooking that night, and then the other person just finishes up their day. I was like letting everybody meet up and like figure out what their game plan was for the night, and I'm just prepping them a little bit more ratatouille. And I fucking was not paying attention. I was going too fast trying to get it done. My pointer finger went straight into the blade, about a ½ inch.
Oh.
And I just immediately just like, holy shit.
That's
like,
a distance, dude.
Whoa.
½ inch is a lot.
Yeah, because I was going so fast.
Yeah.
Goes in ½ inch. Immediately I'm just like freaking out. Like, blood is literally like squirting like straight up into the air.
I bet, man.
And I'm just like, run over to the sink. I'm the only person in the kitchen. I'm like,
do you start to get lightheaded and shit? Yeah.
Like, I'm losing blood in the sink.
Yeah.
I can't. Like,
you're like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, start panicking.
I can't walk over to the first aid kit, because if I do that, I'm gonna drip blood all over the fucking floor, and they're gonna have to clean the floor. And so I literally had to stand there and be like, hey, guys, I need some help in here.
That is such a Minnesota thing to do. I'm not going to go get the first aid kit because I'm going to bleed on the floor, and then you guys will have to clean up the floor.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to make more work for you, even though I'm fucking hurt.
I literally stood there for like 7 minutes waiting at the sink, just like with water running, putting pressure on it, waiting for them to finish up their meeting. And the first person who walks by, I'm just like, hey, can I get some help? I really fucked myself up on a mandolin.
No shit.
And then I'm like, just like getting lightheaded.
Yeah.
They patch me up and they're like, you're good for the rest of the day. Go home. And I leave. And then halfway, when I get halfway down the highway, I realize I don't have my phone. I'm just like, I have to turn around. I'm just like, fuck. All I wanted to do was listen to some fucking music at the end of my shitty ass day.
Hell, dude, that's one hell of a way to end this, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Fucking burns and losing blood.
Yeah.
Blood loss and burns.
These people, they want the blood.
They want the blood.
They want us.
They want blood, we'll give them blood. Oh, man. So by the time this comes out, we won't have any shows going on.
Yeah. We're recording this pre-Christmas.
Yeah, this is pre-Christmas for a little time stamping for you people. We're just kind of cataloging some stuff, getting used to it.
Yeah.
I think they're getting better.
I think so too. This one flowed pretty well.
Yeah, it did.
I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Yeah.
So shout out to Twin Ports Comedy.
Yeah, shout out to Twin Ports Comedy.
Yeah, we'll be at the local mics probably. You gonna be there Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got off.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you do have tomorrow off.
Yeah.
I might show up. I probably will, but I don't have too much new stuff written.
We could catalog a whole new other episode after this.
Yeah, we probably will. A little more inside baseball stuff.
Inside podcast. Inside the tent, if you will.
Inside the tent. Yeah. A little bit of stuff that's going inside. Yeah. So yeah, I have been Chad Sean Schinkel.
And I've been Adam Lowry.
And this has been Pitchin' a 10 podcast. We'll see you guys later.